What's up, Daily Fab Gamers? Thank you so much for watching my stream. Before you jump into this red-hot action, let's review the rules. Don't be a dick. This should go without saying, but better safe than sorry. Chat with me. You know that I can talk at my computer for hours, but it's more fun when my computer talks back. And let's have a good time. I don't mind getting sweaty, but we can have fun while we do it. Use the chat command deck for a link to the list I'm playing here. It's also in the video description. Some of these decks are sick, and you might want to play them in real life. In that case, let me refer you to Hemel from the Bazaar. It's never been more affordable to play in the flesh and blood. Players have been buying the cards they need from Hemel for years. I started buying from him in 2023 and have never found a better deal. The Bazaar's prices are the lowest for singles, full sets, and class sets, including new releases. Super Slam singles and more are available now and ship both domestically and internationally. Use the command Hemel for contact info, then reach out to see what he can do for you. Now settle in and get cozy because the stream begins now.
Hello everyone, happy Monday. Welcome back. It's me, Lupinefiasco, playing Flesh and Blood for you. It's another RKO day. A really fun time playing it on Friday. I thought the deck was really sweet. There's a link in the description of this video. You can also use the deck command if you want to pull it up. Check it out for yourself. I'm looking forward to seeing how many of you ask why Call to the Grave is in the deck and why especially Back Alley Breakline is in the deck. I hope everyone had a great weekend. This feels like a looking for a scrap matchup. That those of you who played in RTNs did well. Morning shift. Good morning, Steven. Good morning, Caldwell. Hi, Vitor. Yeah, I do want to take a look at the new spoilers today. For those of you who don't know, we finally, LSS broke their spoiler embargo. We've seen some new cards. These are from the Icelander and Phi pre-con decks. Icelander got, both classes got some cool equipment. Wizard got the bad half of Stormstriders. AB2, which is still great for the class, just not the half of Stormstriders they really wanted. Ninja got some great AB here, a really cool Spell Void headpiece that I think probably makes a difference in... Weirdly, I don't know, maybe not a legal deck. Like, I think it would have been really nice against Kayo, especially as a Phi deck, where you're playing a bunch of blues and you actually have, like, pitch, so that if the Kayo goes before you have chain links, then you can easily AB2 or AB3 something. I think it's worse in Syndra, who doesn't have the blues. But also, there just isn't really, like, there isn't a big arcane deck in the format right now. I guess it kind of is relevant against Kassai, just on D-Reacts. I guess it's relevant against Verdance for the same reason, right? If you as Phi play your chain link and Verdance is like, here, I'm going to test if you have it. Here's your burn bear and you're at, 7. The Phi can just pitch blues and get value out of the AB2 or AB3, whatever Phi brings. Tide Flippers are the new chest. And if the Verdance waits to let the Phi play out the hand so that he can't pitch to AB, then he has, Spell Void 4 or whatever. I guess the big problem, too, is that if the Verdance has enough life to just kill Phi, then, I think this is a fine block. If Verdance has enough life that she doesn't just die, then she just says, okay, break the chain. I am not going to block with looking for a scrap here. I'm just going to sink below. This might be a mistake. This is probably wrong. I'm just going to block 6 here. If she has an attack reaction, she has an attack reaction. It can be relevant against Kano. Yeah, but Kano's not legal in CC. In Sage, it's like a whole, it could be very good, but I don't know Sage well enough to know, like, how good is Kayo exactly? Sick. You'll turn 0, roll scabs. Turn 1, roll scabs and miss. I just wanted to get up on life. And sadly now I think I don't know that I lost the game on that, but it certainly wasn't good. Oh, at this point, I'm probably far enough behind that we're in a real pickle, so I will just be blocking out here. We're going to put Trot Along in front of the Saber. I'm going to sit on the Nimblism. I'm intending to put 6 in front of whatever the next thing is. Sure, you may undo your action. You may play, I don't know, whatever your front pump is. Hit and run. Just making this 4. I'll put 6 in front of this. This is just tactically loading my graveyard for my looking for a scraps. That's all I'm doing here. All right, we're just swing bigging for 8. Weirdly, Kassai missing the reds. Usually she's missing yellows. Hey, Burst Flames. I'm working my way towards being a mid-range player. Something with a little skill expression. Something where I don't just get to, where I don't just put my hand on the table every turn and say, you figure it out. Saber coming in for 2. I would like to leverage some armor here. I could use Flesh Bag, blank whatever this is. I could put Scabbies in front of it and just deal with whatever comes next. I'm kind of in a weird spot as far as conversion. I could call to the grave my back alley break line, but that only really helps me if the swing big hits. I think this is a fine block. I don't love Flesh Bag this early. I think I'm gonna have some time. I don't think I've ever won versus RKO. I don't know what the fuck he's up to ever. I mean, I also have a line, right, where if I don't take damage here, or if I don't take very much of it, I can call to the grave of Fiddler's Green, get up to 43, turn the Mocking Blow online, and then Nimby Tunic. All right, now you're coming in for 2. There are no front pumps. We could be looking at a back pump of Second Strike. I think Bonebreaker here is just fine. Like, this is okay. If there's a second, in the swing, that's what I was thinking about. If there's an in the swing, then I will probably call to the grave back alley break line to get my second action point. We are going to Mandible Claw. Going to be Mandible Claw swing big. I'm just trying to establish a life lead for the Mocking Blow next turn. RKO makes you rethink life is the most important thing. Oh, absolutely. Like, really am trying to negotiate how to... So I was... Also, the in the swing came from Arsenal, so I was right not to Flesh Bag that turn. I definitely trying to negotiate the life totals here and figure out, like, how do I actually get up on you is important. A Gravy player, I put things on the table and tell you to figure out, well, that's because Gravy is overpowered. It's because Gravy is a broken deck. Sadly, we just used the Call to the Grave back alley tech. So this one is probably just finding Fiddler's Green. Might also just be pitching. Like, this is a Flesh Bag turn if I've ever seen one. Though maybe not so much anymore because she just pitched. Let's see. I can't just give 5 armor here because the Saber goes up to 6, which is sad for me. So trying to think about how we can do this. I can use Trot Along and the armor, which doesn't give me any might tokens, but that's probably okay. I think mid-range is peak Fab. I don't play that. Yeah, we can just block 6 here. If she has the in the swing, she has the in the swing. She had in the swing number 2. And I sadly do not have a defense reaction. I am up on life at least, so this isn't quite as bad as it could have been. We're just going to call to the grave of Fiddler's Green and send the Mocking Blow. I can't pump it to 10, which would have been really nice, but I bank a Vigor. And you know, I'm still presenting a 1-card 5. Chum is not fine, Rose. I'm sorry. I know Gravy's your boy, but Chum is not an okay card. Cilio says, no blocks, give me a moment, I have to figure it out. I do appreciate a Cilio player. It's just like, okay, I know I have something. What do I do with it? It's kind of nuts thinking that LS has over 200 cards to reveal in a week. It is a lot of cards. This is probably me not blocking. I'm going to give the Flesh Bag here, but I'm thinking this turn is going to be Call to the Grave, my last Fiddler's Green. Looking for a Scrap Claw. Hopefully Arsenal the Shelter from the Storm. Depends on what Kassai's go again situation is. I'm really hoping the turn just ends. Like that was her one Blade Runner or whatever that I just hit. I could see Fearless taking a ban. Ah, she had the Blade Runner. Unlucky. We might be blocking the next Saber. It's going to attack for 4. I mean, I could just give the Shelter here. It's probably right. Blade Flurry says this is going to attack for 6. I think in this case we're just taking the damage because I can't stop the second one. Much as I don't love giving her gold, I think the fact that she's found so many in the swings this early, I mean, this is pretty bad for us. We've had not a great game overall. I could play the Call to the Grave, find my Fiddlers, gain 3 life. I'm also looking for a scrap. I think we're probably on looking for a scrap. Leathers? So stoked for spoilers. I am too, Steven. Spoiler season is finally beginning. Just buy 3 chums and play Gravy Man. He's very good. Fiasco, what's your opinions on the spoil cards from Fi and Icelander Rippers precons? I want to take a look at that in a bit, maybe after this game is over. Yes. We're rolling sabs. Hey, we're good gamers. So we are attacking with Mandible Claw. Then we're going to Nimby, so we're getting, what was this, 14 damage this turn? And we're setting a D-React. Sadly, our armor situation is not good. I want to take a look at the spoilers. Fies seem okay. It's like, Crab Mask is very good. Ninja AB equipment is like generally something they need. It isn't something we've really had. Like we have Tide Flippers, but that was our only in-class AB. The other cards, it's just Inflame, right? Inflame seems good, like seems okay. Yeah, it's like a fine card. I don't think it is... In CC, it is not as good as Brand. In Sage, I think it's going to be very good. It sets up like really good lethals with Red Hot. All right, what am I doing? This is another weird one for resources where I'd really love to have... I would love to just Scabs this turn. Or have a Vigor so that I could, like, one card Big Bully. Like, the good line... This hand converts. I think I'm not blocking this. I'm waiting for the Blood Meets Blade. Blood Follows Blade. Oh, you're having me block? Okay. Block with E-Strike? I think is the card that I care about least from this hand. Following this, I'm probably going to shelter whatever the next thing is. Send the Big Bully and then Arsenal the show. I'll have my Tunic up. I'll bank a Vigor. If we can find Go again, we're pretty set. Morning, Garth. I'm told this is a tough matchup for RKO, which I don't entirely understand because I feel like RKO is supposed... Like, he has the D-reacts. I guess just because he has so many attacks to turn on the sabers. This is another one. Because she used the resource for Braveforge Bracers, I think I don't need to respect Blood Follows Blade here. The question is, how much am I respecting the next turn cycle? Like, I could block with Show of Strength, take 4, send Big Bully for 8, bank a Vigor, hold the Shelter, or I could block with the Shelter, take 2, send the Big Bully, and set up. I think this is better. And keep the Shelter in Arsenal to respect Blood Follows Blade. We're not going to roll Scabs here because I'm not that far ahead. Devotion Never Dies is just kind of a very not good card, but what if you do the Inflame into Art of Dragon Blood into just infinite, or at least your next 3 Devotion Never Dies? What about the Nuts combo? Also, if she finds another Raise an Army, we're like dead, right? I think she's seen 1. She has pitched 1 earlier in this game. Or the Dragon Blood and Devotion is a hoot. Someone's going to do it. I think it's good for Blue Syndra. Like, if anything, Inflame in CC is really good for Blue Syndra because of how easily she can turn it on. You want to hear about Huntsman? You want 4-3 and a Huntsman on at RTN? That's awesome. I think I would probably like Huntsman more than I want to believe. More than I want to accept. I think I would like Huntsman. Tough matchup if the Kassai knows how to play against RKO. I mean, it is one where I feel the loss of all my non-attack actions that I would have in Florian and all of my D-reacts that I would have in Florian. Saber coming in for 5. This turn cycle looks pretty good. I don't need this CNC. I could block with it. I can just pitch Trot Along, Mandible Claw. Can I do something cool with Trot Along? Not, if I had the 2 cost in Arsenal, I could do something cool with Trot Along Outside Interference. Could also do Outside Interference finds Mocking Blow. Play Trot Along. I have a Vigor. Thinking how I can make something cool happen with my Tunic, my Vigor. What if I found like Outside Interference finds... I could do Outside Interference find... No, it needs to be Mocking Blow for Trot Along to work. I have 1 resource. I'm a resource short of being able to go Mocking Blow, KO, CNC. Big Bully doesn't work. I mean, the easy one is just like Mandible Claw, discard, find Big Bully, send Big Bully. I think I'm probably blocking 3 here. Thinking about the Blood Follows Blade. Let's go up to Marionette Gang after dying spectacularly on Slippy. I think that's going to work out well for you, Garth. I think that is a good play. What if my opponent's cards say 3 in the bottom right? Dead. Honestly, unlucky. Second Blood Follows Blade gets you every time. At least I can kill this one. At least it's like not super bad for me. Because I was already going to Mandible Claw something. So I'm going to have a resource. So we're going to go pitch Mandible Claw into the Cell Sword. Discard outside interference. Find Big Bully. Send Big Bully. I can park the CNC. Yeah, this is fine. Yeah, I had a buddy tell me that he didn't think that new Draconic card was going to be good for Blue Syndra. And I think it is just going to be very strong. It gives Blue Syndra something to do. Could also Bask, bank 3 Mites. I don't think that's as good as I'd like it to be, though. You know this doesn't throw Rune Chance and like actually needs to block, right? Yeah, but Lee, the hero that I want, the mid-range hero I want to play isn't legal anymore. Yeah, Blue Cinder just getting to use Devotion Never Dies effectively is pretty cool. Like maybe D&D isn't good enough, but it's something for them to test. As of now, I don't think Blue Syndra has an identity. Like there isn't a reason to play Blue Syndra instead of Red Syndra or Marionette or Dio. And this is giving her something to do. Kodachis won't get a buff. What does this hand have going on? This hand has block with Fiddler's Green, roll Scabs. The Kodachi, so if you Spreading Flames, if your line is like, you could get a buff out of the Kodachis. You would have to get to like Spreading Flames, Ronin Renegade, the new one, to get you there. To like, but you could make your Kodachis Draconic, and then they get the Spreading Flames bonus. I'm gonna block with Fiddler's Green here, putting them on Blood Follows Blade, so that I can de-react it. I am at the part in this game where I do have to roll Scabs, unfortunately. If I hit a 4, 5, or 6, I'm like wildly ahead because I get to send a 3-card 14. Every hero I want to play isn't legal anymore. Yeah, I feel the same way. She is not active anymore. I'm just taking 6 and rolling. I was probably supposed to block with the Shelter so that I don't like turbo IP myself if I roll a 1. Okay, we just Mocking Blow. Or, Show of Strength. I guess there was a line where I could Mocking Blow into Tunic Pitch to get to 8 and bank a Vigor. I don't think that that's very good. Rip Art of War. You did nothing wrong. Lee, we're like way too far gone to be mourning Art of War. Clicked into the stream and saw a man block 1 and gain 3. I wouldn't lie to you. This Mocking Blow is terrible now. I cannot fatigue this Kassai because she still has... God, you still have Spoils of War in your deck? Jesus Christ. You just shelter this. She's really good at finding Blade Flurries. Yeah, this game... Okay, this game is over. I'll finish it out. I have just fallen too far behind. I think I was probably too eager to burn my back alley break line in deck to get the action point. Like, it just wasn't worth it. Rolling a 1 probably would have cost us the game, but we're already losing. Like, that was my decision to roll Scabs, is if I get a 1, we die, but if the game keeps going, if I keep just using my single action point every turn, we also die. Like, I'm not outvaluing Kassai. She has enough copper for blood on her hand. She has enough gold for Raisin Army. Like, she's constantly resetting Dynamo. She's finding her 1-card 4s with Sink Below. She's generating action points with Spoils of War. Like, we will not beat Kassai the way this game is going. So I had to take a chance, and it didn't pay off. Like, we're just slowly dying. And then she raises an army, and we can no longer win. So, I think in that game, I definitely blew my Call to the Grave for back alley, like, way too soon. She got off to an okay start. I'm not playing Fatigue Pleiades on Talishar. I have made this clear last week. I will remind you all again. I do not play into Fatigue Pleiades on Talishar. Because Talishar is a learning tool, and I don't want to sit and let my opponent learn Fatigue Pleiades on me. Same loadout, seems fine. Leave the game again. Because I believe is our worst matchup right now. She's better at mid-ranging us. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing I've noticed with KO, our KO compared to regular KO, is we just, like, the lack of go again is extremely apparent. And he doesn't block as well as he needs to out mid-range like a Kassai. Florian does it easily. I'll play the Gravy Bones. We are going to lose this game. This is another one where, like, we just don't have what it takes. We don't have the go again to beat Gravy Bones. So I guess I'll board 63, because I think I am trying to fatigue. I think that's my win con, is just, like, clearing the allies, surviving. Refuse to play fatigue into people I don't know. I absolutely agree. Like, props to you for learning a new deck. It's a very good deck. Like, you should learn how to play Fatiguities. More power to you. But I don't want to be your punching bag. I'll play Sick. His hand is so good into Chum. I can't clear the Chum. I have no attacks with which to clear Chum. I cannot do anything about Chum. Sick. I mean, the big bully will be able to do it. I could boo myself with booze. Why are they playing BOJ? I don't know. It's a great question. I assume this list isn't playing something else, or they just don't know what RKO does, so they see Brute and say, yeah. Tipple did not discard an ally? That's pretty good. Wow. I wonder if I'm going to booze. So what am I doing? Is it going to be 4 into 6? I have to keep a booze. So I could sink the tipple, but I don't think that helps me. I kind of want to keep the sink to bait Conqueror. So I just don't need to block the tipple. I need to keep a booze and a 3 block. So I'm going to say no blocks here. I'm going to take 4. Maybe I should be using armor early. That's an interesting one. Because I kind of want to maintain a life lead, but I'm also thinking if I'm trying to clear allies. This is fine. Whatever. This is going to be a nice early flesh bag. A Vasti? What? Just block 6. Like, I want to keep a life lead on Gravy, but I also know that I'm going to have to attack the allies. I don't know. I feel like I probably was supposed to use armor there and still just be 40 to 40. But I mean, maybe not. I have to clear the chum. I don't have to, but I want to. Yeah, the Avasti. This is an inexperienced Gravy player. Oh, do we not show names anymore? That's kind of neat. Depending on what our Gravy does, we will probably roll scabs this turn. Jittery Bones, put a chum in the yard. I will block this with Fiddlers. Gain my 3. So you'd be up on life here, which I think would be important. Jump, discard. What on earth? Excuse me? I mean, I'm down. Chum makes this difficult because I can't clear both of these allies. I would love to put 6 in front of the Sawbones and then just Tunic kill it. But Chum says I can't do that. So block 3, just send the big bully at Sawbones. I can roll scabs and kill the Chum. I mean, I'm just big bullying the Sawbones, unfortunately. Killing Sawbones is more important than killing Chum. I need to take this line. I don't want to do Claw into Sawbones because if the Gravy has Fearless Confrontation, then I just die. Like, I just lose the game. I have a Mocking Blow in my graveyard. I do not. I cannot turn on looking for a scrap if I find one. Let's roll scabs and lose on the spot. Like, I'm kind of at a point in the game where... sick. My 2 best cards. Well, I'll be sinking one of them. Rabble for 3 shows me a Fearless Confrontation, so we are swing-bigging the Chum. I guess I'm sinking the Rabble, unfortunately. Like, it's not full value, but the Chum is tapped, so I don't know that I'm going to get a better opportunity. Sick. Jesus. Why not big bully the Chum? Because I wanted to kill the Sawbones. I didn't want to put myself in a spot where the Gravy could have 2 Sawbones. Again, we are going to sink below a looking for a scrap and just try to find something. Yeah, Sawbones is a higher priority target than Chum. Yeah, we are losing already. Like, thankfully, our gravy opponent seems to be fairly... Oh, that's a decent one to have. Our gravy opponent seems to be somewhat new at the game. I could arsenal the looking for a scrap and just wait until I find a Mocking Blow to turn it on. Which is not the worst call. I'm going to swing big a chum. It's just, what am I pitching? I think it's Trot Along. And we kill a chum. An opponent leaves Sawbones and lost in the game with the life it gained me. Yeah. Sawbones do be pretty good. Turns out. All right, now we can do something maybe. Can block with this Instill Fear or the Rotten Remains. Probably the Rotten Remains. Gravy's not so much on the 1 powers. It's exactly Tipple. Yeah, it's exactly Tipple. Showing me a Sawbones. I don't know if Fleshbag here might be okay. Because I have the CNC. But I feel like I have to throw the CNC at Chum. I guess I don't have to. I can arsenal the CNC. Yeah, I don't need to block this. You're looking for a scrap to kill a Sawbones through Prevention Fearless. Oh, Swell. Sure, I forgot about Swell. Yeah, I feel like this is a better card to pitch to find later. So I'll block with the Instill Fear. And also looking for a scrap Mandible to kill through... Jesus, this was your turn? Yeah, block with the Instill Fear because I need to. Yeah, we're just going to looking for a scrap Mandible Claw, the Chum, play the Sigil, set the CNC. We know Gravy's holding... No, that was a few turns ago. You are not holding a Fearless Confrontation. Or if you are, you're like the greatest player. If you're holding 2 Fearless, that would be pretty brutal. I'll gain 3. We set a CNC. And we're like... We've killed 3 Chums and a Sawbones. So those are the... Excuse me? Is your hand just terrible? I can't do this. So we just what? E-Strike, go again, CNC. Pass. This is an okay block. Like, deciding how much I need to stay up on life? Yeah, this is, like, terrible. Our gravy is low rolling. These are the gravy games I want to see, where they just aren't making gold at all. I go to 32. I'm just presenting damage, finally. I think this is fine. I'm, like, putting myself in a bad spot for Conqueror. But I can still put 2 3 blocks and 2 pieces of armor in front. I've seen Gravy attack with Fearless once. There's like definitely a prismatic line where you do it and it's fine. In fact, you know what? I'm going to keep myself off of getting Conquered. I'm just going to call out a Fiddlers, which I have 1 left. No, am I looking for a scrap? I guess I have yellow Mocking Blows too. I'm like, is there a world where I just don't play yellow looking for a scrap so that I don't turn on their Sunken Treasures? No, because I play Mocking Blows too. Where is my Fiddlers? Yeah, there's definitely like a prismatic line where you can do I don't know, ally into Fearless, and it's like fine. It's a fine play. But yeah, if you're playing Fearless, something has gone wrong. Like, the Gravy never wants to play Fearless. You want to block with it, or you want to pitch it, or you want to discard it to keep an ally. So I feel like we're doing okay this game. We are up on fatigue. I'm apparently getting whatever the arsenal is. With the blood in the water, that's pretty good. We like that. I feel like this absolutely should have been used on the E-Strike, but what do I know? I cannot turn on looking. So I will need to block with one of these, probably Instill Fear. Hit a Saltwater Swell to attack, but there's literally no reason to attack with Fearless. Our Gravy seems new. So this is new, right? That we don't show the... what the fuck just happened? Oh, Am I missing something? How did you get the second Gravy? Or the second Sawbones into Grave? I'm sorry, what am I doing? I have to block with the Instill Fear. Someday we're going to use this Tunic, I know it. We have to block with the Instill Fear. We get to looking for a scrap the Sawbones. Mandible Claw Gravy. Definitely should have been used on the E-Strike. That's what I'm saying. Like, you just get your Blood in the Water value. There's no reason to wait. This might be me lagging. Oh, okay, I just needed to refresh the page. It was a bug. I don't know. It seemed like, okay. Well, Call got the first one into the grave. I didn't think they had a second one in grave already, which maybe I just wasn't paying attention. Well, our Gravy is shuffled a few times. I was going to say, we could get greedy. We've seen 2 Fearless confrontations already. We could throw 5 at Gravy. No, we just kill the Sawbones. We are not playing to kill the Gravy Bones. We are playing to fatigue the Gravy Bones. I get to park this Sigil, which is great, because this is the Conqueror bait that we really like. Sigil or D-React in Arsenal is perfect for baiting Conqueror the high seas. It just says they keep a huge hand, send the Conqueror to make the gold, and we say, no, no, no. This game deals a bit of psychic damage to specifically Rose. Well, as far as I know, Rose is already qualified for Nationals, so it doesn't matter. They're done for the season. Hey, this hand functions. Sort of. Not really. I mean, I could block with Mocking Blow in the shelter and then pitch, discard, Tunic, Big Bully. But man, Big Bully for 8 is really not the ideal situation. Yeah, you're qualified. Love RKO? I'm a fan. I've been enjoying RKO. Got a hand of reds and yellows over there, I see. Okay. So this is a mid value. This is a head jab. What do I get to do about a head jab? Sadly, I don't think my line changes that much. I still probably claw discard Big Bully. That's what I'm thinking. The question is, how greedy do I want to be? Because if I claw the Sawbones and they have the Fearless, I have to deal with the Sawbones again. I could also park the Mocking Blow. I could also, like, I don't need to block this. I could also block 4, claw, discard, find something for next turn and then Mocking Blow. Like I could find a Mocking Blow. I could find red Mocking Blow and be like kind of okay. I think this is going to be the line. Wasn't really feeling any of the current assassins. Slippy and Marionette are too aggro, and Huntsman is fatigue. I don't like the way that Marionette plays. I don't know what it is. Like, it's clearly a good deck. One of my locals said at one point that Slippy is for ninjas and Marionette is for warriors, and I feel like that really stuck with me. And like, I'm a ninja player, not a warrior player. Don't do it. Don't you do it. Okay, great. Find Big Bully. Tunic. Boo myself, send 8. This could get me life lead back. We're still up on fatigue. Oh, it's not Bully for 8 anymore. Oh, shit. Ah, this isn't good. Yeah, we screwed this up. You're right. I don't have the life lead. I don't have the life lead, which says that I just do this. Because this is what I would do if I don't have a life lead. I would just kill the Sawbones. Yeah, you're right, Foxy. Oh, it could have been a Basque play. I don't know. I think I would have taken this line. Like, the Basque here is good because I can get some value from it, but I would not have wanted to play into the Fearless. What's my... I have a Mocking Blow. All right, so we can turn on looking for a scrap. 22 blocks and no armor. I do really like the current Marionette builds being so aggressive and so bad at blocking because it makes Kayo such a better matchup. Like, Kayo into the old Marionette builds, the stealth-focused ones, was so bad. So I'll be for 7. I do want to shelter. The problem is I only have the 1 Mocking Blow, so I can't do what I want to do, which is looking for a scrap, Tunic Claw. Which says maybe I'm blocking with the second shelter just to like convert my hand and I can park a looking for a scrap. Yeah, that seems fine. I don't love it. We're losing some value. But this is the best way to get value out of my hand, I think. We send the looking at Swabby. I always forget that I have to, like, click a thing. Yes. It's been more like Snoozeman. One of our semi-locals qualified with Huntsman and killed me to do it, which I didn't appreciate. Yeah, Stealth Mario was definitely harder to deal with as an aggro deck, because Stealth Mario would just, like, block and wait and send disruptive 2-card hands. Like, as a Syndra player, I hated Stealth Mario, because they could just, like, keep me off mask, disruptive 2-card hands, take a card from me, which makes it easier to keep me off mask, so they get to keep a bigger hand, and then they get to, like, as soon as the Marionette gets to keep 3 and 4-card hands without needing to block me, then it becomes very bad. I still only had looking for a scrap is such a hard card to use. What a disaster that this is what we have to use to get go again in Kayo. Because if you do not have the early mocking blows to block with, this is like a catastrophe. I'm going to flesh bag here. Easiest flesh bag of my life. Keep them off of... I mean, if one of these is a conqueror, then I have a 50% to hit whatever it is. I don't really know what the other card could be, but I am in a flesh bag here. And I'm not going to block with anything else. I think every assassin is fun in its own way. Ooh, maybe we just, like, are very good at this game. Call your ally, play the ally, attack with the ally, get at least some value. Swabby for 10? 9. Swabby for 9, unfortunately, because I still don't have a way to turn on looking for a scrap, says that I block with E-Strike Shelter and just looking for a scrap to Swabby set Show of Strength. This is a catastrophe. Steven, this is brutal. Looking for a scrap is such a bad card. It's like... Looking for a scrap feels like playing Outed in Florian, where you're like, this card sucks, but it's my only option. This card sucks, but everything else is worse. So here we are. And it's gravy, so I can never roll scabs, because if I ever don't kill the ally, then I just get snowballed on. We're still up on fatigue. I'm a little nervous that I've only seen 2 conquerors from my opponent, which makes me wonder if this card that they were going to Arsenal is a conqueror because of how they set up that turn. They pitched one early, but they've shuffled since. We're going to do this. We have a... They've made 1 gold this game. I probably should have checked that I still have a Fiddler's Green. I don't. Jesus. This is not going well. Yeah, fuck it. I wanted to try to keep myself off of an Arsenal to play around the Conqueror, but I cannot. They pitched 1, but that was a while ago, and they have called to the grave since then. So we've only seen... They presumably still have 2 in their deck. Hardcast Oyston, nice. Our opponent's hands are worse than ours. And now I get to roll scabs because I don't care about Oyston. Send it gravy, and we're going to pitch. We're going to overpitch. I'm going to put the Show of Strength in my arsenal, and I'm going to keep the Mocking Blow to block with so that I can turn on a Looking for a Scrap. All right, Gravy keeping a 5-carder after having IP 4 cards. Some of our cards block, so that's great. We're already ahead. Depending on how this turn cycle goes, maybe I'll get to use my Tunic for the first time this game. We are up on life, so depending on the Gravy's turn, I might be able to Mocking Blow for full value. But so, what a game. I gotta think this Gravy's list is wrong. 3 go again. I don't want to fall below my opponent on life, but I also don't want to block and just get hit by a Conqueror, so I am going to take this damage. I'm also really not super committed to a Mocking Blow line. Sloop for 6. You could still Conqueror me. I'm not going to block this. I can block the next thing you do. If this outside interference had a block value of 3, then I would have put at least one card in front of the sloop. All right, now we're getting attacked. Now I can do something. Block with Mocking Blow. We are going to do what? Pitch, Clawface, discard, Tunic Show of Strength, Arsenal Mocking Blow. Arsenal Mocking Blow feels really bad. With the way the life totals are. I still have a booze in my deck, which I will eventually find. That's probably okay. I don't think blocking around Conqueror was wrong, or rather not blocking around Conqueror was wrong. Because it does kind of feel like our opponent is like having a rough go. Not having the gold is tough. Not having allies in graveyard is tough for them. I understand where the difficulty is coming from. But I don't know. It also kind of feels like their cards just aren't lining up. Armor Block says that we are getting conked this turn. I think this is where we take the Basque. Basque face. Make a resource. Pitch my Mocking Blow. This is the best line I've got. We are absolutely getting blown up this turn. Our hand kind of blocks. I know, we actually got to use our Tunic. What the fuck? It's rough stuff. Was I ever too aggressive this game? You all watched it. I know I was on a fatigue plan, but I wonder, was I supposed to just be blocking more? This is going to be a really balanced turn from our opponent when they do Swell for 1, Conk for 8, Break Chain, Rigor 6. And then I have to kill the Rigor. Which says that I can't block the Rigor. It could still be Conqueror. I still have to take this damage to protect my arsenal. All right, I was definitely supposed to block around not having an arsenal. There it is. Oh my god. No, the game is over. Into the hook, yep. And they finally get their gold. Yeah, the game is over. This game has ended. There were too many turns where we couldn't turn on looking for a scrap, and that's... I mean, also, it's gravy bones. Like, this is probably our worst match. I'll let them kill me. Attempting to end the turn. You have ended the turn. I cannot stop you from ending the turn. Yeah, this was a brutal, brutal game. And it like started so well. It started with Gravy just kind of doing nothing for a long time, and then one good turn. Yeah, that's the problem with they just kind of draw this hand. Yeah, like, So in this game, the way that this gravy drew with how little gold they made, how bad they were at getting allies into grave. Like, this is the game where... These are the kind of games that the gravy players talk about of like, our deck is inconsistent. We do not win based off of the way our deck is built. And like even here, the Jittery Bones doesn't find an ally. Like, bad game for gravy. But we're also playing a slow deck. So like if I was on Kayo Armed and Dangerous, we win this game. We blow this gravy up. They do nothing all game for, nothing for 6 turns and then we kill them. But with a slow deck like this, they can absolutely find time to kill us. I have to send this at Gravy's face. I don't want to kill Oyston. Really, ever. Because of how Gravy makes the gold, and if Gravy can't find action points, then Oyston doesn't do anything. I think even in a fatigue strategy, I don't want to kill Oyston. Now, what's really scary is Gravy still has a Conqueror left, because of course he does. I would also expect our Gravy to have a Humperdinck somewhere in the deck that we're going to have a hard time dealing with. Do you get to draw a card with your Blood in the Water? Hello? Opponent, please. Yeah, the Oyston doesn't matter. It's going to take a card from us every turn. Hello? We're very up on fatigue. The Sigil means that we aren't just dead. Yeah, no Dink, no Scoob. Are we waiting for me? Oh, we lost our player names again. While we're waiting for our opponent, let me pull up the spoilers. It's probably a good time to talk about spoilers. We saw some new ones. Prior days. Oh, it's not here. That's a shame. All right. Maybe we win because our opponent disconnects. Is that mimicking a tournament setting? Where our opponent just strokes out and then we win because they are unable to continue playing the game? I'm sorry, I know that this is very compelling gameplay. Maybe they feel like they just don't have out. I don't know. I'm thinking of picking up Ira. Should I stick with this elite mid-range deck instead? Tournament Dominator Ira, Scarlet Revenger. Alright, we're just going to leave. What did our opponent have left? Swell, Jittery Bones, Portside. They were about to find a Conqueror turn. This seems very ally light. I mean, I don't know how Gravies are boarding into RKO, but like, it was Chums, 3 Sawbones, 2 Swabbies, a Rigger. That's just, so 3 Sawbones, 3 Chums, 3 Riggers, 2 Swabbies? That's only 11 allies? It seems very ally light. Like, I gotta think that this is either a bad build or they boarded for KO Armed and Dangerous, not understanding that it's a different hero. In any case, let's take a brief opportunity, a brief lull between games. I'm not gonna risk breaking my Thai and Icelander. So obviously we have all the spoilers here. Fabry sadly does not have it just like all in one go with prior days. But I am enough of a non-lifer with this game that I can tell you exactly what the new cards are. So, new ninja equipment, Mask of the Swarming Claw. These are all Sage legal. So everything common or rare, rarity. GG Pipomax. No scuba seems odd, and they needed a Humperdinck. Like, we were absolutely going to lose that game. Did it break? I don't think so. I think it just took a little bit for it to load. It'll catch up. You'll all get here. Stream health is good. There are no dropped frames in OBS. It's just, yeah, there it goes. Now we're back. We're back. Okay, great. So Mask of the Swarming Claw, we were talking about this earlier. Just a very good piece of ninja equipment. I think Syndra's going to have a harder time using this in Classic Constructed. Speaking of Classic Constructed, Syndra's going to have a harder time using this than Fi will. Fi plays 12 to 15 main deck blues. Can always threaten pitching to AB. So what this does against Verdance, this would have been very good against Kayo, but it'll still be good against Verdance because of how Verdance tries to play her kill combo on your turn. So what this does is Fi plays Ronin Renegade. On a 4-card hand or 5-card hand, Fi plays Ronin Renegade at 9 health, 8 health, whatever. However much health Fi has minus that amount of AB. Let's say Fi presents AB2 between Mask of the Swarming Claw and Tide Flippers. Audio out should just be you. Looks fine on my end. Man, I gotta fix my OBS. Should just be you. So, Fi on AB2 with Mask of the Swarming Claw and Tide Flipper says Ronin Renegade at 7 health. And Verdance would normally say break Stormstrider's Burn Bear Waning Moon. But if Fi has Mask of the Swarming Claw and 3 cards in hand, or 4 cards in hand, Verdance can't just do that safely. So Verdance needs to take some damage to let Fi go down on cards so that she knows that he can't pitch to the AB. But the longer the turn goes, the more chain links Fi puts on the combat chain, the better Spell Void gets. So it is a very good card against Verdance. It puts her into a really bad spot of needing to either go early and let Fi AB it, or go late and let Fi Spell Void. And if the Verdance is low enough that she can't take the damage, that she dies unless she blocks with her combo or just goes, then that's really good for Fi. Mask of the Swarming Claw is like absolutely what Ninja needs. I think Redline Syndra is going to have a harder time getting value from it because Verdance can just kill Syndra in response to the first chain link. Like, Syndra plays Ronin Renegade, Verdance is in response, Stormtrider's Burn Bear Waning Moon. Syndra doesn't even get the Spell Void 1 from Mask of the Swarming Claw, also you're giving up Mask Momentum. So, in Blue Line Syndra maybe, Swarming Claw is good. The song LTT uses to test audio. It's a free royalty-free station on Spotify. So this is very much a Fi card right now, or Blue Line Syndra, but I don't know what that deck looks like. Red Line Syndra does not use Swarming Claw, but it's really good, and it'll be good in Sage too, for the same reasons, where Kano is real, and Icelander are real and looking to do kill combos on your turn. This card is, yes, extremely good card, Mask of the Swarming Claw. Double Cross Strap, also new ninja piece of equipment. This one is in the chest. The instant effect seems a little rough. If I was using this for its ability, I'm using the wrong piece of equipment. Fi would rather use Sash of Sandakai or the chest piece. God, why am I blanking on the name of the chest piece? Any Garland of Spring, Blossom of Spring, any of the like action destroy this, gain a resource. It gets the song back in my head. Here, I will do you a favor. This song is called Furby. So this card seems okay. It's like, I don't know. What am I doing? What is happening here? I'm trying to bring my YouTube analytics back up and I keep screwing it up. All right, that and chat and this. Okay. This is a fine card. The instant effect is like whatever. I think this is for Fatigue Ira. So one of the NorCal locals will be really happy to see that they can play AB3 on Ninja and still keep Tiger Stripe Shuko. It's like fine. You never really use this for its instant effect. You only ever use it for AB1. Depending on which format you're in and which Ninja you're playing, you'll have better cards to use. Like you would play Null Rune Gloves before you played this over Fiendal Spring Tunic. I don't know. This card seems very... it's fine. I think it gives some kind of Fi or Blue Line Syndra in Sage deck a better way. Calling out Winston, absolutely, Josh. I know Winston wants this card. I think there is a world where Ninja could present AB3 against Icelander and just kind of fatigue her out. Or present AB3 against Kano and like maybe play a slower game but still kind of get there. It just gives Ninja an option for beating Wizard that it didn't have before. You play AB4 with this Crab Mask, Tide Flippers, and Arcane Lantern. Like, Vest of the First Fist is illegal in Sage. So you, I don't know, double cross trap. I think cross trap is also illegal. So I don't know, double cross trap's a funny name. So these were the two new pieces of Ninja equipment we got. Swarming Claw is a slam dunk in both formats. You'll absolutely play it in every Ninja that plays blues. Double Cross Trap is going to find value in like Fatigue Ira and Fatigue Fi, but otherwise is not very good. Aether Storm Wellingtons is the new piece of Wizard equipment that we've seen. It's the bad half of Storm Striders, the half of Storm Striders that Wizards didn't want to come over to Sage. Like AB2 in the Wizard Mirror is still going to be good. And currently Wizard doesn't have great boots. It's this or Mage Master boots in Sage. But yeah, they definitely would have liked the better half of Storm Striders. But I'm not much of a Wizard player, so I can't exactly weigh in on this. New Icelander card is Frost Spike, 0 cost Ice Wizard instant. I like that LSS is keeping with the theme of exposed effects that we see in Jarl, where this isn't just make a Frostbite. It isn't Arctic Incarceration at instant speed. It is Jarl effect at instant speed. But Icelander also gets a benefit from this if she plays it for... I actually have to bring up the Icelander text. It's been a long time since I had to care about what Icelander does. Whenever you play an ice card during an opponent's turn, so this does create a Frostbite on demand. If it's late in the game, it creates 2 Frostbites on demand, which is really good. Ellie Bird has called this Sage Blizzard, which I think is a really good description of the card. And it's going to be better or worse in certain matchups. So against Ninja, Frostbite is kind of whatever. Like, it'll be good for Blizzard, but, you know, it gives them 2 Frostbites potentially. But they could probably just pay through it, and Icelander still has to deal with whatever the initial attack is. Against Guardian, Frostbite is going to have a window in which it can be played in response to Seismic Surges. It's going to be really good against Briar when she loses the embodiment of Earth, and Icelander gets to say, oh, you broke whatever piece of equipment. You know, you broke your Bracers of Belief to make sure a burn-up shot connected. Cool, here's 2 Frostbites. You have to deal with these 2 Frostbites before you can do anything. If the opponent does not have an exposed armor suite, Icelander can get the Frostbite. It shoots you in the foot and blocks 0. I guess you do need to have an exposed armor slot, right? Is that how because Jarl doesn't put... The Jarl trigger still happens, but you don't put a Frostbite anywhere. Would you be able to play Frostbite if both heroes still have all of their armor? That's a good question. I actually don't know. Arctic Incarceration is just this, but it blocks 2 and is better. I think Frostbite might see play for just being an ice blue, right? Blue pitch, confuse your either ice veins. Okay, you can play this if there's no exposed armor slot. I think Icelanders are going to test with it. I don't know if it's good enough to see play. It'll be situationally good in certain matchups. I think they're will be matchups like the Ninja matchup where this is just a bad card and you would board it out. There will be matchups like Guardian where it's okay, depending on how many blues they have. And there will be matchups like Redline Briar where this just kills the Briar. Like, if this, in response to an embodiment of Earth, says, instead of a 3-card 12, you 3-card 4 me, this is huge. And then finally, the card we all care about, Inflame the Firebrand. New Ninja card, 0 cost, 2 power, 3 block. It's got a bunch of text on it, a bunch of conditions. It's like Tooth and Claw from Mistvale, where based on how many chain links you have, certain things happen. So at minimum, you need this is playable with a 2-card hand. When this attacks, if you control 2 or more Draconic chain links, and it will count itself, just like Lava Vein Loyalty and Emberblade, it gets go again, 3 or more chain links. Your attacks are Draconic this combat chain, 4 or more, it gets +2. So at its maximum, this is a 0 for 4, 3 block with go again that gives your entire combat chain the Brand with Cinderclaw effect. At its floor, this is a 3 block, which is still really good in Ninja. The biggest downside with Inflame is that Fi can't take his 2-card line of starter Pitch Blue, Emberblade, Phoenix Flame, which is bad. At its ceiling, I mean, I guess not its ceiling, the baseline play for Inflame is going to be 3-card hand in Fi. Draconic starter, Pitch Blue, Emberblade, pick up Phoenix Flame, play Phoenix Flame, play Enflame, which is a 3-card 12. 3-3-1-5, because Inflame is going to trigger your Shuko. So this is good in Fi, I think. It's bad that it isn't a starter. It doesn't quite replace Brand with Cinderclaw, but it is still a card that Fi will play. Mini Lava Burst with Go Again is still a good card. I think Redline Syndra doesn't want this card. Like, you need to get to 4 chain links before this is better than any of the Lava Vein loyalties. The Brand effect on chain link 3 is like, okay, but you're already kind of fighting with fealty because you don't have brands anymore. So how many Art of Dragon cards are you really playing? And now they need to combo with Inflame. And Syndra, being a redline deck, is never really looking to combo anything. She just wants to play good damage every turn, which I don't think Inflame is. Blue line Syndra, Inflame gets really interesting because you can turn, like, this and a blue is going to get you to the 3rd chain link. Dagger, Dagger, Inflame turns on the Brand effect. Dagger, Dagger, Extender, Inflame makes it Mini Lava Burst, and that's all really good. It's going to turn on your Art of Dragon cards that Blue Line Syndra can pay for. Where it gets really interesting is it turns on your Devotion Never Dies. All of your devotions become Draconic, so they all turn themselves on. So if you can put this together with a really wide turn, force your opponent to do some blocking, then play the Devotion Never Dies, and especially if you can back it up with like an Ancestral Empowerment, now you're cooking because you just go off for as much as you can pay for. This gets around the Oath of Loyalty effect because you turn all of your future cards Draconic. Your attacks, rather, you still can't do Ancestral Empowerment under Oath of Loyalty or Throw Dagger unless you have an actual fealty to pay for it, but like Snatch you can pay for, Devotion Never Dies you can play, like all of this will work with Inflame. Notably, Inflame is not retroactive, so it isn't like you would do Kadachi, Inflame, and now Inflame turns the previous cards Draconic and turns itself on in the process. It looks at the existing chain links on attack, and then once the trigger has completed, it turns everything Draconic. But it'll work with something like a Spreading Flames. If you're on Kadachi 5 for some reason, and you go like Spreading Flames, Extender, and Flame, Kadachi, the Kadachis now get +1 power. Or if you were to do Kadachi, and Flame, Spreading Flames, these Kadachis would become Draconic. They wouldn't deal more damage retroactively, but your Spreading Flames counter is now up to 4 rather than 2. yeah, you could tutor it with links. That's a really cool line that you can take with it, which is especially good if you are trying to turn on Art of Dragon Fire or Scale in a wide turn. I have to test with this card. In Sage, I think where it really comes up is it lets you kill people with Red Hot, because your previous 5 Red Hot combo like took fealty, and you turned your Pouncing Tiger or your Crouching Tiger from your Boots online, and like you could maybe get to 4 or 5 chain links, but you were still playing cards like Growl or Art of Tiger Body that weren't Draconic, just as extenders. But now you could make all of those. Like you could play Ronin Renegade, Inflame the Firebrand, Art of Tiger Body is Draconic. The Crouching Tiger that it makes you play is now Draconic. And then the Red Hot sees 6 chain links instead of just 4. Or you can play Rake Over the Coals, and now all of your Growls and Tiger Bodies and Pouncing Tigers get the +1 without fealty, which lets you bank the fealty. The card is not as immediately powerful to me as something like Fire That Burns Within, which is just gas. Like, this card is insane. We've known about it for a while. It's finally going to be Talishar legal because we know for sure that it blocks 2 in the open queue. It's not as immediately powerful as Fire That Burns Within, but it's an interesting card, and I think a lot of Draconic Ninja players are going to test with it. But anyway, we've seen those spoilers. Makes me hopeful that we are going to see more spoilers. Let's get back to our regularly scheduled programming by playing more of not Draconic Ninja in the Classic Constructed queue. I cannot imagine a world where Red Hot is a card. I've seen it. I've not died to it. I've almost killed with it. What Red Hot is... Oh god, Marlin. I feel like this is not a good matchup for me, but I guess we'll find out. Right? Okay, we'll never find out. We'll never know how good the Marlin matchup is. What Red Hot in Fi does really well. Ooh, into Vinset? We want to go first. Feel like I'm... Do I have the card count to fatigue Vinset? We'll never know. What's going on? Why does anyone want to play against RKO? Cilio, please. Okay, great. Chat, what was I saying? I lost it. You're going first, which means I am playing Sirens. Oh, Red Hot. So the reason that God damn it. Someone play me. Someone from chat, come snipe this. I just want a game. Why doesn't anyone want to play against RKO? Or me, specifically. So what Red Hot does is it's a win condition against fatigue decks. So like Block Slop. You sit down against an Oldhim or a Terra who's just going to put cards in front of all of your attacks. What Red Hot does really well is say, here's like 6 damage that you can't block. Especially if they use their Oasis Respite already. There's no... You can't prevent the damage, but you can't like A-B it. I feel like I might take Looking for a Scrap over Sirens into a... I've had such a bad experience with Looking for a Scrap today. I really don't want 6 of these in my deck. Like, I get that it's a concession to Gravy Bones and needing to go wide, or like other mid-range decks where you want to be converting hands every turn. But man, it's so hard to turn this on. And they're reds and yellows, so they don't pitch very well. They're 2 blocks, so they don't block very well. And it's just like, I do not like Looking for a Scrap. I almost wonder if Outed would be a better card to play in RKO if you're just looking for Go Again. Something to test. I get that it's 1 for 4 if you can turn it on, but it's just so hard to do. Like, we've got 11 ways to turn it on, 13 ways to turn it on, but we have to find these cards, we have to block with them. I don't know. It's tough. Yeah, looking for a scrap is just, it's also something you could do if you lose the die roll. So like you have to go first in the aggro mirror. Sometimes it's just a way to say, well, if you can push enough damage on turn 0, which is possible depending on who you pair into, like if you can present a 4-card 15 on turn 0 because you drew a good hand and your opponent drew 2 blocks, you put them to 13, you pass the turn, you don't block anything because, you know, you're an aggro deck, your opponent puts you to 10 or whatever and sets a card, and now you have a 4-card hand and you get to send like, my game is not showing, well, I'm not in a game, so that makes perfect sense. I am still on the waiting screen. Oh, I do have to make a new lobby? Okay. Maybe that's what happens when 3 people join and then disconnect from your game. Victor, I want to go second. This is one where I do want to convert. But do I want a 2-block in my deck against Guardian? Let's try it. Let's see what happens. Thank you, Vitor. I appreciate it. You put your opponent to 13, they put you to 10 or whatever arsenal card, and then you say, here's my 4-card, whatever, break all my equipment, I'm 5, so I get to do like 3, 4, pitch blue, Emberblade for 3, Art of Tiger Body, 3 go again, break boots. Like there are things you can do for go again. Another Vitor? No. I mean, thank you for telling me that my stream wasn't working. I think I'm supposed to give armor here, much as I don't want to. I don't want to go below Victor on health. Oh, Iron Grip makes sense. What do I get to do with this hand? I get to do Mandible Claw, Pitch Booze, discard outside interference, find Mocking Blow, play Mocking Blow, respond to my own trigger with Sigil of Solace, and then Kayo. Our opponent is giving us a Golden Sun and has pitched a Goldmane estate. Clubbing Bully would have worked. I wanted to get the Mocking Blow out. I feel like I have a harder time getting value from Mocking Blow. See how our opponent's going to block this. Another Balance and Victor is maybe more just like they're not playing another 2-block Helm. But maybe this is just another opponent where it's like, do you know what my hero does? Because I don't play Blood Rush Bellow. Like, I don't draw 2 ever. CNC for 6. I will not have Tunic up, but I will have a Vigor. Is there a world where I can do anything with this? If I take 6, I go below on life, which I don't want to do. I'm not Tunic away, so I could block with CNC, play Trot Along, Mandible Claw, Swing Big. It does kind of put me into a bad spot with Iron Grip. So, I mean, I could block 6 like this. No, that doesn't work. I have to keep a card. What if I just didn't play around Iron Grip and we just do this? Could NIMBY one card? Yeah, I could do that and Arsenal a card. What I want to do is this line. If they have Iron Grip, like, damn. You have a Boulder Drop in hand. Maybe giving our opponent the Quicken is wrong too. Or giving them the opportunity to Quicken. Yeah, maybe I was just supposed to NIMBY there. Just send the 6 and then Arsenal something else. I could have seen that. Here they get a Quicken, although if they really want to use it, they have to not attack me. I do have a NIMBY in my grave. Coming in for 7. I can stop the on hit, which I think is important for me to do. I think we go to 39. Depending on their line, I can turn on the 2 looking for a scraps. So I will get to looking for a scrap, Tunic, Mandible Claw. See how their blocks line up? But this is presenting a 3-card 13. Tie the Clash. Let's see how if Victor cares about that. I feel like they're supposed to just let this go. They did not let it go. Opponent draws a blue Debilitate. Does not keep a Quicken. This doesn't matter because I don't have an aura. What did you show me? You blocked with a Clash and showed me a Clash. All right, and this is just a 4 for 7. I am winning the Fatigue race. Even though I don't think I can fatigue Victor, like I don't think that's my win con because I get killed by Goldmane Estate, which I assume is what they are trying to set up for, which is why they pitched the first one. Boulder Drop for 7 says that I do just block with Mocking Blows, sadly. And then show strength. I could give a Mocking Blow and a Bone Breaker if I wanted to keep a Mocking Blow for the arsenal, but that doesn't seem good enough. I guess I could also... Oh, damn it. Like, what if I did this? What if I blocked 6 here? Played this Mocking Blow, got booed, and then Arsenal the Show of Strength. Yeah, that's a better line. It doesn't play around Test of Iron Grip, but it does play around just getting more value out of my cards, which is what I need to be doing. No, my Vigor. Jesus, opponent is really on it with drawing the Boulder Drops. My God. Maybe someday they won't draw a Boulder Drop. Can you imagine a world where our opponent didn't draw a Boulder Drop? I do get to turn on this looking for a scrap. It will destroy your Vigor. Yeah, I should have played into that. Get Bone Breaker here, and that lets me looking swing big from hand, which I think is going to be good enough. Someday, okay, so our opponent has seen all of their Boulder Drops, so we know they can't draw anymore, which, you know, finally. Boulder Drop is a fun card. It'd be nice if, I mean, I'm glad that our opponent had fun playing all of their Boulder Drops. Test of Iron Grip, you're going to break it, you're going to destroy my thing. What a fun and exciting card Test of Iron Grip is. I'm really glad that they printed it, because Guardian definitely needed more unconditional discard. Show Strength isn't far from a 2 for 6 in this matchup. This seems like a very bad matchup. Like, it's hard for me to win clashes because I play a bunch of junk in my deck. Yeah, Test of Iron Grip is a messed up card. What am I doing? I'm just going to block with Sync, play the Mocking Blow, turn it on, and then Arsenal looking for a scrap. Iron Grip might be one of the most toxic cards to exist. Clash in general is a toxic mechanic. It, like, isn't nearly as bad as other mechanics in the game. Like, the mechanic of Stormstriders existing. But what Clash does is just say the outcome of this game is not in your control. And it is the only mechanic in the game to say that. Like, everything Kayo Armed and Dangerous does says the outcome of this game isn't in your control. But it is a lot of output variance. I think you just never got to keep an extra card in your hand. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I could have played around it better. Hey, this hand functions. Hey, this hand is sad now. I can block around it. It's probably just this. Block 7, 1 card 5 with looking for a scrap. And then Arsenal to Sink below. I'm like sad that I didn't get a better turn there, but it was very good CNC timing. I lost to a Victor this weekend on Heavy Hitters KO. They had 7 gold by turn 7. All estates played in 2 Golden Suns. Dave, that sounds like a skill issue. Have you tried being better at the game? Something I have not liked about RKO so far is that he doesn't really have an end game, as far as I can tell. His end game seems to be, I will have more cards in my deck, and if I have the life lead, I can send Mocking Blows. But compared to like a Victor who can stack Goldmane estates, or a Florian who can stack Germinates, I just don't really know what KO's endgame is. Right, what am I doing this turn? I can pitch, call, discard interference, big bully. Can also call to the... Oh, I don't have a Fiddler's Green left, so I can't do that. This seems reasonable, and I sink below here just to clear my arsenal. Claw, we find Big Bully. We pitch the Swing Big to the Big Bully. What is this? Oh, just some dumb 3-block blue. Let's find Bully. RKO without Pummel. Endgame is Fatigued by damage. Or Forks with Scrap and 1 power. Yeah, there's no finisher that I've seen. You kind of count on the sum of numbers being bigger than your opponent's sum of numbers, which is never something I like doing. That's sort of where I'm at right now. The deck has a lot of cool things going on, but yeah, generally I'm not liking 10, you crush me. Block with Show of Strength, send Big Bully. Just keep my vigor going. I could roll Scabs here, which is probably correct. Oh, never mind. I only get to do... I could roll Scabs here. Hey, we're so good at this game. I'm like, wait, I'm spinal crushed. You don't matter. Because go again. Or because it's not go again, it's action points. See, Vitor, you're assuming that I'm not just a great player. Your line assumes that I'm not going to roll a 6. And like, what if I did roll a 6? That's what I thought going into this turn, is what if I roll a 6? Sad spinal crush noise, they deserve it. Guess I underestimated you. People frequently do. This hand sucks. Hey, that's a card. You're just gonna grindstone me? This hand is terrible. Well, I guess I'm blocking. We play booze, we instill fear, we make it 6, and then we're sad. Maybe I win this clash. I didn't. But I lost a truce, so it's all good. Yeah, this hand sucks. Yeah, this was the skill issue. This is clearly where I was punished. As I used up all my luck on that 6. And then I drew 4 bad blues. Where were you? You're late. We've seen 2 tests from Victor. I could block 3, send 7, Arsenal, or play the Sigil. Could also E-Strike go again CNC. Weird hand. I wish I had something better to do with it. We're gonna pass. I'm gonna go for the E-Strike go again line. Yeah, this is a weird hand. So I have a few lines I can take. What I think, because I'm going to have the Vigor, what I think I'm going to do is E-Strike bottom the Mocking Blow. That's weird too. Like, I want to E-Strike go against CNC. It's just... I guess it's this. Because I have my Tunic. So my line is going to be Tunic, CNC, Arsenal, Sigil. You react from hand. Okay, that's good, because I want you to have an Arsenal. Victor Omegala lost the clash. We know that they have a Goldmane estate in hand. So hopefully they care about whatever's in the Arsenal and like... Alright, they have IP'd the Goldmane estate. I mean, they didn't IP it. I assume it's going to be a hammer, but... Okay, now it's your CNC. This is important now. So we let this go. Sadly, the sink below is not good here. I will have a Vigor, so I could just block 6. 1 card 4. I could just get hit by the CNC. The problem with getting hit by the CNC is even with the Sigil, I'm below on life. So what I might do, I go to 25, I go up to 28, I Mocking Blow pitch. I think that's what I'm doing. And it's like, okay. This is a 2-card 8. I keep my Vigor going. How do I need to do... Okay, I can let the right behind you go. I can overpitch to Kayo, which says that I don't have to discard, so I stay up on card count. Cool. I can even booze if I need to turn on Big Bully. Aftershock for 6. And you don't... Oh, you do the thing. So we block with Truce. Could block with Trot Along. Probably want to block... blocking with Booze isn't bad. I could block 6 and just Big Bully. Being one off Tunic is hard. We've seen 3 Iron Grips from our opponents. So I don't need to care about that anymore. What if I blocked 3, I go below you on life, I play the Booze. How many Mocking Blows do I have? 5 in here, 7, so I have 2 left total, 1 in deck, 1 in my inventory. None in my inventory, so 2 in deck. I think I'm doing this. I think I am going below Victor on life, but I am going to be able to turn on my Big Bully. Ah, you're... I screwed this up somewhere. Trod-Long Claw, Booze, Big Bully. Oh, if I had kept the full hand? Keeping the full hand there seemed weird. Should I be rolling Scabs more in this matchup? What does Victor really do if you roll a 1? I was probably supposed to roll it here. I don't know that there have been many lines before now that I missed where I could have rolled Scabs and didn't. I think this is the first turn I've seen where I was supposed to do it. All right, Victor uses the first Goldmane estate, which I don't mind. What can I find with this Call to the Grave? I still have a back alley break line. That's the only thing I can find. This hand sucks. Block with the Booze. Get my resource. Looking for a scrap. Pitch Nimblism to Claw. Arsenal Call and just wait. Anyone else drive an hour and a half in the middle of a blizzard in a car without winter tires to go 1-3 at an RTN last weekend? No, I just didn't play at my RTN last weekend because I'm sad. Arsenal Call, not bad. No, it sets me up. My Tunic is going to be up. I'm going to have a Vigor. So it sets me up to find the back alley break line and get an action point. And it flexors me. I suppose that is a 1-card 4. As I already had an invite. It's a skill issue. Making fundamentally bad decisions is what we do here, Noah, so you're in good company. Okay, and I do have a Big Bully in my inventory? No, I don't. I do have a Basque, though, so that could be okay. Really? Disabled? That was that whole thing? That whole thing just for disable? This whole thing just for grindstone? What am I doing? I can Call to the Grave back alley. What's my 3 show strengths? 2, so I have a swing big left. Yeah, all this for Millers is like weird. I can maybe find the Nimblism. So I get to do what? Call to the Grave back alley break line gets me an action point. My inventory, I do have the blue and Still Fear. So Call to the Grave back alley break line. CNC pitch Call for 6 go again, floating 2 resources, into Mandible Claw, discard outside interference to find Basque, to play Basque, to pitch Nimby? I don't know if that's a good line, but it's a cool line, and it's something I want to do. No, my trot along. What do I have in my inventory? I have... My only tutorable cards are Basque and Blue Instill Fear. I mean, the Basque is not a bad call because I set up some mites. Definitely concerned about deck count. I do feel like I am losing the fatigue race. Both Worlds finalists being at your RTN is crazy. This is true. Imagine being Canadian. I should take this opportunity to tell you all that I have YouTube memberships now. Scorched Rose is a member. You get a cool badge next to your name. You also get to use these emotes. You're also allowed to spam. So for the low, low price of $3.99 a month, you too can just spam my chat. How many cards in deck? I have 9, they have 13. I could instill fear, but that seems worse. Three. I will bank some mites. My opponent is going for their Goldmane Estate endgame. They've played one, they have 2 left. I imagine we're about to see more of them. Disable for 6, drop it by 2. What do I get to do with this? I get to trot along Mocking Blow, Mocking Blow, but I will be lower on life. So it's probably block with trot along, send 11, arsenal a Mocking Blow. I could make this block into trot along Mocking Blow, which seems bad, because I don't want to give up the swing big. I think it's this. I think I cash in my flesh bag here. Opponent has 14 cards remaining. I have 10 cards remaining. Using the Tunic, this would have been a good turn to roll if I wasn't afraid that I was going to lose the mites. Tunic on... What do I need it to stay higher on life? But yeah, maybe this should have been a Mocking Blow and to just make it big. An arsenal to swing big. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, this does need to just be a Mocking Blow turn. See about pushing some damage. If they block 9, still, yeah, if they block 9, I still make it big. I get 2 over. Yeah, Tunic mocking the play for sure. Thank you, chat. Thank you, Noah. Yeah, you arsenal and make figure. Yeah. I still have trot-alongs in the deck. No, I do not. Ah, I see my opponent also doesn't understand how the game works. Okay. This card does nothing. These two cards together do nothing. Goldmane Estate Grindstone? Sadly, I do not have the card count to just get hit for 3. So I do this, I roll the dice because I have to. Is Call in Archaeo stock? No, this is Enki Dupakier's list. He's on some spice. What if I was just the best card player? So the high value line here is just NIMBY into Swing Big. Send 14, present lethal, take Victor off of cards. Swing Big is going to get at least one thing from Victor. 2 things means it's probably just Goldmane Estate continue to set up into Grindstone. We're getting to the point where card count doesn't matter anymore. There's Goldmane Estate into Grindstone. I should have pitch stacked differently. Considering that if I roll scabs, the NIMBY needs something to find. So many cards in our deck are do nothing 2 blocks. Haha, I did remember it was Call to the Grave on top. Which means that this is a Nimbalism. I could roll scabs here, which I'm probably supposed to do. Just 2 is fine. Does this super matter? Which one of these I send? Mocking Blow comes in for 8, which is going to get a card from Victor. I'm going to get one of these back, which I guess can be Sink Below. NIMBY will have nothing to find, but it just lets me keep them. NIMBY will have something to find. The last card in my deck is Blue Nimbalism. Cool, now Grindstone has no text. Ah, this one. The singular 16, I can live. I can live and then I die. Because Victor just blocks with 2 cards. Golden Sun does indeed have text. Live and then I die. Ain't that the way of it? Yeah, that's something I'm noticing about this deck. So I'm not claiming to play perfectly. Far from it. What this deck is lacking, I think, is an endgame. Oh, I was supposed to roll scabs here. Cool. This doesn't matter. I die either way. But I was supposed to roll scabs so that if they block 6, then I just claw them. Good game. Yeah, this deck needs an endgame in some way. Like, I'm definitely not as good as Enki. This is what, my, like, 10th RKO game ever. But it needs something to do in the endgame, and I'm not seeing that. Me and my group have been testing, and a One of Remembrance seems good for this deck. It needs Remembrance. It needs... The Pummels could help. The problem with Remembrance RKO is, like, just play Jarl. Like, I would rather just play a different hero if I'm going for a Remembrance endgame. Yeah, this list in particular needs something that it doesn't already have. That's time for me. I'm going to head out. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for watching. This was great. As much as I think this RKO list needs some work, I need to iterate on it a bit. It's fun to play, and I'm glad you all apparently like watching it. Fingers crossed for more spoilers this week. If LSS has broken the embargo, hopefully that means we're getting more of the pre-cons leading up to full spoilers on... they said the 31st, but I'm told maybe that means here in the Western Hemisphere, it's on January 30th, which is the 31st in New Zealand, so that would be great. I will be back on Thursday. Speaking of playing decks with a Remembrance endgame, I'll be playing Jarl and trying to figure that deck out as I continue my mid-range experiment. Thank you all for being here. We had a bunch of people show up. 74 of you here now, 469 views overall. That's great. Really appreciate you hanging out and watching. Back Thursday, same time, 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, playing Jarl. Until the next time I see you all, have a great Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and take care.